Okay, so I want to talk a little bit today just about how we can improve our lives through the power of forgiveness. And this is really just because I've had a lot of people message me asking me like how they can let go and how they can move on and how they can forgive people that have actually wronged them in their life because they feel like it's holding them back. And it's really important that we remember that we can improve our manifestation and we can improve our relationships and any physical situations in our life through the power of forgiveness, through the power of the practice of forgiveness, because we really do want to make forgiveness a bit of a practice in our life. Sometimes we can just be reminded of things that have happened to us in the past, or, we might go somewhere and it reminds us of something someone's done to us, or, a song might come on the radio and it makes you think, oh my God, that person, what they did to me. And we start to feel sad and our emotions can run higher. And that sadness can sometimes turn into anger, resentment, bitterness, which are all real low vibrational emotions and feelings. And more importantly, they're low vibrational and dense energy. And what that means is that we can sometimes hold on to that energy and then we start to become a vibrational match for that energy. And then we start to attract more negative situations into our lives. So, you might tell yourself, that it's fine. I'm okay. I'm over it. You might tell yourself that it's just going to go away. We might tell ourselves that it's going to get better with time. Whatever it is you're telling yourself, the truth is that energy does actually stay with you. So, we end up falling into this trap of kind of repeating negative situations over and over again. We fall into a trap of replaying circumstances over and over again in our mind and then drive ourselves mental with what's going on in our head. So it's important that we understand that we can actually block ourselves, with that energy, with that negative energy of resentment, with that negative energy of holding on to that anger or bitterness. We actually end up repelling our desires because we are a vibrational match for that energy. So if you really want to be free, we've got to let go of the bullshit. If we really want to be free, we've got to let go. And that includes forgiving other people and also forgiving ourselves for letting that person do that to us. Or it could just mean for decisions that we've made, forgiving ourselves for things that we've done in the past, forgiving ourselves for any regrets that we might have. So one of the biggest things when it comes to manifestation is not only making peace with ourselves, but making peace with the universe as well. And that includes forgiving ourselves for past mistakes, and forgiving ourselves for anything that we've done, because the energetic body, our heart can only hold so much, and there's only so much space in our system. So that is why when we empty the mind and we empty the heart through meditation, it's such a powerful practice. And that is also why when we are doing yoga, for example, we are creating space within the body. We're taking a deep breath in and we're creating space within the diaphragm and within our lungs and within our rib cage. And then when we are exhaling, we're creating space through lengthening through the muscles. And that is also creating space in our body and allowing the energy to flow. And when we are allowing the energy to flow, it becomes easier for us to get from point A to point B with the least resistance, with as much ease as possible, So it's important that we remember that when we are holding on to junk, there isn't so much space for positivity and there isn't so much space for creation or abundance or manifesting all the lovely things that we do want to manifest in our life. And we manifest from the subconscious mind. So if we haven't rewired our subconscious mind with empowering beliefs and positive beliefs, then we're just going to manifest more negative situations that got us into that shit or got us into that situation in the first place. So, it doesn't mean that the person didn't do you wrong. It doesn't mean that you're not acknowledging the fact that what they did was wrong. What they did was wrong. That's okay. But we are understanding that we can understand that what they've done is wrong, but still not hold on to that energy and still move forward and still let go. Because we can choose what we want to focus on. We can choose what we want to focus on all the time. And that's not the same as toxic positivity. That's not the same as pretending you're okay and not feeling your emotions, because your emotions are valid. But it's allowing yourself to feel whatever you need to feel, but moving through it and rising above it with a higher understanding and a higher awareness and a higher consciousness of that situation that happened. And it's allowing yourself to be free. By doing that, we are freeing ourselves, because this has nothing to do with them and everything to do with you. Everything to do with you freeing yourself. Everything to do with you freeing yourself from the energy, from the situation, from the repetitive cycle that you get trapped in if you hold on to that energy. You know, they have their own shit to deal with. They've got their own karma to deal with. They have to live with what they did. But, you know, look at it as in you're freeing yourself from these dense, heavy energies. And these dense, heavy energies weigh you down. By letting go, by moving on, you're allowing yourself to not only raise your frequency and vibration, so you become a vibrational match for positive things in your life, but you will be able to attract what you actually desire and have a choice to be free and a choice to not suffer, because we ultimately always have a choice about how we feel. Other people can do things to us, but the choice comes down to us when it comes to how we feel. That choice is always, always ours. And anger, anxiety, resentment, bitterness, it feels terrible. So if you really want to free yourself, if you really want to open up yourself to more energies, to allow things to flow, if you really want to attract your desires, if you really want to make your manifestation powers more potent, it's really important that the practice of forgiveness is implemented into your daily life, just like the practice of journaling, just like your meditation practice, just like your yoga practice or your training, whatever it is that you have. It's important that we remember that forgiveness is also a really powerful thing when it comes to attracting positive situations in your life. If you want to improve your life, implement the power of forgiveness. And, you know, that's just one example of how energy can block us, as well as the mind. You know, that's an example of how, mentally we are feeling like we have got over it and we're telling ourselves we're okay and we're like, I'm fine, it doesn't matter, I'm over it. But that energy is actually staying with us and blocking us from creating what we need to create.